this midlife humor, especially in women, is an unrepresented segment.
Yeah.
But कौन बोलेगा कौन? Starting from my house. So then I am like, hello, कोई in-laws के side से कोई बैठा तो नहीं है?
हाँ.
Before I trying to get back to size 0 with zero help from the ingrates who got her into this. Open mic में होता क्या है? They give you 4 minutes to check it out. And for that, I used to travel 1.5 hours one way. So 3 hours or almost 4 hours for a 4 minute. 4 open mic and you decide, and you're announcing you've got some guts. I said, छोड़ो यार, time नहीं है. I'm already one leg in the grave.
Like,
How?
is your maid funny?
She's my soulmate.
Oh.
Okay. Valentine's Day is, you need to be aware of what's happening around you. As a comedian, it's very important because stand-up comedy is a lot to do also with topical humor.
You know, I am that person who keeps laughing at everything, but you know, sometimes I do understand good humor. Anyway, welcome to the new episode of Comedian Kahi Ke, where I will be taking you through the journey of a lot of comedians. I want to know what is the art of comedy. And today, to know that, I have with me Purnima Datta Tuprani. She is a mother, she's a lawyer, she plays badminton, she is a creative director. She has done so much in her life, and I wanted to know everything, you know, about her and her journey. So let's get started. Right now we are having a conversation about what time you wake up. So what time do you generally like, because I've seen all these, you know, people who are much older to me in general, they wake up much early. They have like, you know 4 baje utna, 5 baje utna. Are you like that?
I'm pretty 7 o'clock kind of thing. My only motive, my ikigai, I jump out of
But
bed
7 o'clock
is...
bhi early hota hai Mumbai ke liye.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
7, I push because I want to go and play my game, badminton. So,
7 o'clock in the morning.
So I go there by 7:30.
Haan.
7:30 to 8:39 is my game time because there's a group that comes. So if you go any later, then you miss out on the games.
And then what do you do? In general, after you've done badminton and everything, in general, when you wake up, what do you do in morning? What is your routine? Like, what is your date?
So like when I go to the club, and you know, they're mostly men. We are 2-3 women who are regularly playing, and they said, "Arey, you come," and I rush because I'm always running late. And they said, "Pehle warm up karo before you start playing." I said, I have made my बच्चों का snacks box, lunch box, सबके चाय, coffee सब रख के I have come here. I have warmed up already in front of the stove, and now you're telling me. I said, हटो अभी, it's my turn to play. So that's the way my thing starts. You know, I have to.
So you don't warm up in the.
I mean, they tell me I don't have extra 10-15 minutes. So this is, you know, how women are. We have to do wrap up all that. Whereas men आ जाते हैं अलग अलग fancy concoctions लेके, you know, this is that haldi वाला, नींबू ये वो, here मर के even water bottle भूल जाते हैं.
और वो भी खुद ही लेकर आना पड़ता है.
खुद ही लेकर, yeah.
They have like people to do that.
Absolutely. So that's how it starts.
Not everybody, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah. So,
and then after that, what do you do?
So then, after that, my day starts, and I'm in the media. So we're working on our scripts. We're working on our pre-production right now. We are hoping to go on the floor soon. So that's a constant thing. Reading
and then you
scripts.
come back home in the evening. You unwind with your family.
with the family
everything.
and. That's
इसके बीच में comedy कहाँ है? इसके बीच में ये where did this come from? Where is it, like, you know? Because I've never seen somebody who's coming from law, who is a mother, who is, you know, who wears a sari on the stage. Oh my God, it's not common.
It's not common. So it all happened over time when stand-up was very nascent stage 5 years back, and I was watching a lot of comedy, stand-up comedy. And I saw men talking about being husbands, being good fathers, and all the fun stories. And then I said, I have such stories to tell, and how come there is no mother who is doing? And हम लोगों के पास तो और कितना मसाला है, और इतना तड़का मार के I can tell jokes. So that's when that
Have
thing
you been practicing this all your life? बचपन से you have been like funny and all?
But बचपन से I've always had this funny bone, I think, in me. And over the years, ever since social media happened, Facebook and Twitter, Facebook, I used to put out one line every day. I just felt like I needed to express myself. One funny line about whatever was happening in and around us, whether, you know, politics or Bollywood or some funny such line. And I would get great response from friends and family from whichever part of the world. And people started telling me, why don't you kind of collate all this and come out with a joke book.
Do your friends also laugh like at your jokes, like how audience actually laugh?
Oh,
because,
yes,
usually friends are like, they tease you around. They're
Yeah.
like, no, you don't do all this in front of me.
No. My friends have been extremely supportive. In fact, they were the ones who pushed me to go do this open mic. Couple of them came with me. They encouraged me, and so many of them said, "Arey, yeah, you do it, and I will call you to my club to perform. Why don't you add content? You build your content." So everybody has been supportive, and everybody was putting their gun on my shoulder. They wanted me to be the So see, because this midlife humor, especially in women, is an unrepresented segment.
Yeah.
But kaun bolega kaun?
Midlife humor and midlife rigidness. People are very rigid. They don't,
Yes.
I have never seen somebody, because I've seen people like Atul Khatri and all who are much older and cracking jokes and people are laughing. But, there is inequality hai. Ladkiyon ke joke pe har koi nahi hasta.
Absolutely.
And then when you are saying that, I'm a mother and I'm here to, tell you the reality, I'm going to give you a reality check. Nobody is here to, listen to you at all. They're like, haan, theek hai, she's just saying something that is happening in her life. How did you tackle all that?
So I have been fortunate in that sense because I guess my humor has lent itself. It's very slice of life. So people could relate to it. So when I say that, a mother is a happy size 0 girl who's gone from being size 0 to triple XL
Exactly.
In 9 months and then now is spending the rest of her life trying to get back to size 0 with zero help from the ingrates who got her into this size, and even when she's dishing out 4 exotic meals for them each day, see, if you are laughing, I'm sure your mother will laugh more.
Yeah. I'm sure she also wants to get size 0. She's trying
so
her best.
it's our eternal. The whole motherhood is just living on that hope that I will.
But ye kya hai? Why do all the mothers want to lose weight? Ye kya hai? Why?
It's healthy, A. And B, it's about looking, more confident, good, you feel good, and everything. And I think it's not easy losing weight, so you need to chase something.
How do your daughters react to this? Like your
comedy?
motivation to I have to get up, I want to go to the to play badminton, I want to look fit. Do your daughters also
they love it
to
because of that. They are into sports. I think somewhere instilled in them that you haven't earned your breakfast or you haven't earned your lunch, so that thing should get into your system, right? It's aise nahi ki you're just sitting and having.
Yeah.
So that's a very integral part. So they play sports too. They're both into basketball and tennis. They also swim. So they know how enthu I am. And if I'm raring to get up and jump out of bed to go and play, so they jolly, like I joke and I say, खेलते मेरे बच्चे बड़े हो गए हैं.
But you, like, since they've got this from you that कि आप sports में हो तो they also in sports. Are they also funny like you?
Yes, they are.
Is your entire family like all just
Yeah, I think
energetic and funny?
I liked my husband because he had a great sense of humor and he's.
Hey, once in something you said that मेरी 2 बेटियां हैं and there's a husband that I'm waiting for him to grow up. Is he like actually like that?
Yeah, actually it was a more risky joke, but anyway. So as I say that he's so I have a lot of cultural references to us as an intercultural marriage. So my comedy also stems from that. I'm a South Indian. I speak Kannada. He's a Gujarati. He's a Kutchi. So I say that he speaks Kutchi.
How many languages do you speak?
I speak a good 5-6 languages because I'm a Kannadiga, but I grew up in Pune, so I speak good Marathi. Then I came to Mumbai and I met my Guju husband who's Kutchi, so he speaks Kutchi, I speak Kannada, the girls speak Kachda.
The girls speak Kachra.
It's an amalgamation
like that, like a mixture of everything. एक दिन यहाँ पे एक महाराष्ट्रन बन रहा है, यहाँ पे एक साउथ इंडियन बन रहा है, फिर उसके बाद में ये मुंबई का अलग वड़ा पाव भी आ रहा है घर में. Is it like mix of everything?
Everything. I am a mix of everything. The girls are more exposed to only say Kutchi, but they speak Kannada too. Because I keep talking to my family. No,
broken
they're
Kannada,
2 girls.
Fluent.
Good Kannada, because they don't want to miss out on the family gossip, and of course I tell them, "Khabardar, don't go and tell your dad about."
It's actually a thing, na, कि foreign में जाके भी if you know South Indian language, you can just speak in your language and nobody will know what you're talking about.
Even my husband doesn't know what we're gossiping about him, so it's a great plus, right?
I think I should also learn this. This is a great trick.
Forget foreign, yeah.
You should do it on the stage also. Like you
Yeah.
should call your audience and be like, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you all about these things. Do you do that?
Of course. So I ask people in the audience, how many good Jews make some noise? Of course, they're always in majority, man. You know the majority right from parlor to parliament. They
Oh,
are in-
yeah, actually.
And it's starting from my house. So then I am like, hello, कोई in-laws के side से कोई बैठा तो नहीं है?
हाँ.
Before I
Exactly.
start
Oh
off.
my god.
And then I ask how
Do your
many.
in-laws like come for your shows and all? Do you,
Yeah.
or anybody from your family?
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Your...
Everybody has come at some point or the other, and people have all been good and encouraging.
Did you make jokes on them?
Of course, I do.
That's the thing. Why not?
Why not? I mean, why should men have all the fun? Why are
Exactly.
men cracking all the... That's where I stepped
I love
in.
it. You know,
I said,
when-
where is the aam aurat? It's only aam aadmi partying. Aam aurat kahan hai? Yeah.
You should make an Aam Aurat.
Yeah. Aam aurat is also partying.
Ram Aurat with the sari. What is the sari? I want to know where did this come from? Because I've seen your older videos and all, just me you wearing normal jeans and
Yeah.
kurta and all, and then I saw your transition of turning yourself into like, you know, this beautiful nari with sari. Like, oh my god.
You see, I represent this age where an ordinary Indian aam aurat wears a sari. And if I'm cracking jokes as a mother, as a wife, and I think people can identify this image better, and also as a branding or a marketing, I stand out of the clutter. I don't know who else in Bombay is wearing a sari and performing. So
Sari वाला task है.
of course it's a task.
Oh my god, I tried learning it for the first time and I remember like I got goal और फिर मुझे पल्लू ही नहीं मिला, and then I was like, oh no, I have to learn this properly because it's such an embarrassing thing that you don't. And then now I think Gen Z are catching up.
Yeah, they're catching up because you have hundreds of reels today telling you how to
Not
drape
just
the
reels,
sari.
Weddings में जाने के time पे you see all these women in sari and all, and I be like, I feel intimidated, you know, sometimes that, you know, I'm wearing a kurta or, you know, salwar or something, and then they all are wearing saris and looking so pretty, like, you know, goddesses, and then I feel left out. So I learned how to wear sari
And
because
also,
of that.
I have a cupboard full of saris, and I didn't know what to do. I love buying saris, but the Bombay weather is such that you just can't wear it. So then I said,
cotton saris and all, na?
even
Abhi to?
cotton saris, you have to layer it, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
unlike
makes
Western
sense.
clothes, a pant, shirt, you're not layered. This is just one layer. And then I said, okay, it makes great sense to also air them out, and it looks great. And it represents
it's
my
like-
age segment. So I said it's a win-win
And it fits
situation.
perfectly on everybody's
Yeah,
body.
and I have tons of them. And how many clothes will I buy in terms of?
How did people react you on the stand-up stage in a sari?
So initially, people were a little surprised that you are going to be doing. You know, you go to the venue and somebody. Oh, I said, yeah. And then initially, friends of mine who had also invited me said, no, you can come in Western casual. No. I said, no, I want to come in a sari. And I think people are
Very supportive.
supportive.
They like you in sari. I
Nice,
know
it's
that.
pleasant.
I like you in
And
sari.
I think a lot of it, you know, a lot of your things also माफ कर देते हैं कि साड़ी में है. थोड़ा सा that advantage also
माफ
I
कर
feel.
देते हैं ये कैसे? How?
As in, you know, if you're in a Western dress, I don't know, and you talk about certain jokes or certain values or certain whatever that, I feel those don't land as well as when I crack. Because suppose I say I'm a size, I'm triple X, I'm an XL size, but I look in great shape if I'm in a Western, you know. So I think those kind of jokes go well.
You feel more confident?
Yeah. I feel more confident. I feel I'm less, scrutinized or scanned in a Western dress. You know, people are. So this I feel more.
Tell me the story of your first stand-up. How was that?
Okay. So what happened was I did 4 open mics. Open mic में होता क्या है? They give you 4 minutes to check it out. And for that, I used to travel 1.5 hours one way. So 3 hours or almost 4 hours for a 4 minute. And I anyways realized I started so late in life.
और कहाँ पे होता था ये 4 घंटे का travel and all?
So I used to go sometimes to Parel
my
because
God.
there were these
That's a
all women.
different,
There was
world.
these all women open mics where I thought was safer to start off
From
with.
Andheri to Parel in a cab or in a car?
I used to
like
drive
that?
myself sometimes take the local and go, and then take some friends also with me. Then we would party, have dinner later. Then I said, ये बहुत महंगा पड़ रहा है. 4 minute open mic के लिए, I'm
क्या,
spending
सब
a
कुछ
good.
करो.
Then I'd go shop at the Palladium and
Oh yeah.
then
ये महंगा है.
बहुत महंगा पड़ रहा था.
When you go in Palladium, you never come empty-handed.
Yeah. So then I said no. I think, and then I said, और कितने ऐसे करती जाऊंगी?
Yeah.
And I was constantly writing my material. You know, I was writing my jokes. Then I said one day, this I started on 30th January, and by end of April I realized that's it. 4 open mics. I cannot commute in just for 4 minutes. So I just one day on 1st May I just put out saying I am a stand-up comedian. I've started doing comedy. So of course people loved it. They said,
You just declared.
so my family said, 4 open mic and you decide, and you're announcing you've got some guts. I said, छोड़ो यार, time नहीं है. I'm already one leg in the grave. So
अब क्या ही कर सकते हैं? अब तो बोल दिया.
So anyways, they said, my God, you have guts to, you know. And believe me, first May I announced, and then a week later I was traveling. I was in Bangalore, and a friend of mine, her sister owns a cafe with a 50-80 seater auditorium, and she saw that I had announced that, and she tapped me and she said, hey, I'm doing a Mother's Day gig in Bangalore. Will you be open to doing something? And she said, we've got 5 comics and you will be one, and since you're the mother, we're going to put up your mug on the ticket, the poster. It'll be yours, because they were all young
That
girls.
would have been a big thing, right?
Yeah, and it was the first this thing. And she told me that each one of you will get 15 minutes. So they're going to be 5 of you. I said, ठीक है यार, 15 minutes.
और ये बैंगलोर में हो रहा था.
Yeah, it was happening in Bangalore. And I had never, and you see, I had done an open mic of only 4 minutes. 15 minutes, I had not really written or prepared. So instead of spending time with my family, I had gone to Bangalore for that. I started writing. I said 15 minutes tak
What did you write on?
So it was on motherhood, right? It was Mother's Day, May 12th. So I said, I need to write. And since I've been cracking jokes.
You need to rethink about whatever happened in the
So
past
I used to
few
put out, I
years
told you,
with your daughters.
posts on Facebook and Twitter. I used to crack jokes on the family, the husband, the children. Especially the children. So I said, chalo, let me check, you know, if I can get my own stuff, my material, what I have written. And to my surprise, I managed to rustle up 15 minutes content. And of course, I'd written stuff, so much of other stuff too, which... so I went prepared, and all my cousins were excited, everybody. So we went for my show. And when I reached the venue, the producer, this gentleman says, you know, 2 of them have backed out. So each one of you do half an hour each. So I am like, now I had to look like, yeah, I've been doing it since a long time. And so I said, okay. And then I was thinking, what was the other stuff that I thought I would add to this?
This is like वो syllabus का एक out
of syllabus
out
आ
of
गया.
syllabus question आ गया. आप क्या
I
करेंगे?
know. And luckily, since I had been writing and collating all my stuff, and I had gone through all that to even, you know, crystallize this 15-minute content. I said, चलो ठीक है, कुछ ना कुछ करते हैं, डालते हैं. So I'd written this whole set on even my maids and how stuff
On
happens.
your maids?
Oh yeah, everybody comes into my content. So
Like,
how,
is your maid funny? Like,
no,
she does.
the fact is that she's my soulmate.
Oh.
Okay, Valentine's Day is my maid. My maid.
Your maid is
my
your
maid is my
soulmate.
true love.
Your husband is
Yeah, I
listening.
go out of town and she gets harassed. When are you coming back? I said, you're missing me, aren't you?
Oh my God.
So I'm like, she's my bae, as my girls, you know, in your language.
Babe, she knows slang.
So I was like, so such stuff.
Yeah, did your daughter teach you like more stuff in like all these Gen Z slangs?
Of course, I learned stuff.
I'm gonna
from
ask
them.
you some. What do you think ghosting means?
Ghosting.
Haan.
Yeah, of course I know what ghosting is.
Tell me.
It's what clients do when you give them the budget and
They're like,
sorry,
bye.
bye. Like what?
What do you think Riz means?
Riz.
Haan.
I've heard that. I don't know what is Riz.
Riz is when you're like somebody's charming and
Oh, okay.
somebody's like, oh, you guys have Riz,
Riz,
in
okay.
you all, so they have chemistry.
I know this word called flex.
Flex. Oh wow, yes.
Flex.
Flexing is like showing off.
Showing off. I've learned that. And situationship.
Situationship, a big deal. Oh my
Big
god.
deal. Yeah.
Do you know cookie jarring?
Cookie jarring? I've heard of this.
It's a relationship thing. मतलब जिसमें you have multiple people. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, and then you decide, you just keep them all
in a
hanging,
cookie jar
right?
and we'll choose इसमें से
Choose.
कौन सा चाहिए आज.
Yeah.
It's such a thing. Do you know your daughters discuss these all things with you?
They
in
kind
general?
of throw these terms at me, and when I'm like, okay, tell me so that I can use it in my stuff, I'm like, please don't try so hard, it's not your generation, please just, it's not meant for you. So these are like not meant for you.
Yeah, so you're never gonna like try it also. They're demotivating. I think you should try.
I should try. Maybe I should try those relationships, you mean, or try using the term?
No. I'm not suggesting anything. You are happy with your maid. You should be like that. But no, tell me more about the maid. Like, she cooks for you. She's always there for you. What about your husband? Is he like not envying her?
Of course, no. We are at that age where no, we are not envying each other at all. I'm like, you have your space, be happy. I have my space.
Oh,
We are
nice.
beyond it. We have survived 30 years.
Yeah. Oh my.
30 years
of marriage.
30
wow.
years, yeah. So now we are like
And you all crack jokes on each
absolutely. We cracked every possible joke under the sun about.
other. Is that like the way of going in a relationship where you need like you have to be friends and you have to be always humorous to be around each other?
Not
'Cause,
always
you have to-
humorous, but
you have to
yeah, you
laugh.
need to have a great sense of humor to survive,
But you need to laugh together.
You have to
and
laugh.
also like obviously you have to cry together, do other things, fight, everything else comes along. But when you're laughing together, it makes even
Yeah.
more, special memories in a family.
Totally.
What about your early life when you were in Pune? Were you like that in your school also? Did you like make fun of each other, or were you like
yeah, see, Pune too, there was a lot of cultural stuff. Being a Kannadiga, I was trying to grasp Marathi. But yeah, I had a great set of friends, and I was exposed to, through my Maharashtrian friends, P.L. Deshpande, Pula Deshpande's one of the best comedic writers in Marathi thing. And of course, Bangalore, or the same, we were exposed to R.K. Narayan, R.K. Lakshman's sense of humor, which was always there. So yeah, I mean, friends of course matter, and they are your backbone. And
Absolutely. So do you, if you had to choose, would you choose Bangalore, Mumbai or Pune?
I think Mumbai.
Why?
Mumbai is a rocking place, man. The pace, everything. I love Mumbai. It's now my.
You've been here for 23 years.
No more than that.
You're
I've
not
been
bored?
bored
Yeah.
in Mumbai?
Yeah.
Never.
Why?
There's never a dull moment. This is a
But
city that
everybody keeps on talking about itna traffic hai, ye, wo hai. Pune
but the traffic
such
is
quiet
moving. The
place.
traffic is moving here.
Yeah.
Even if there is traffic, it's moving.
Pune
You
mein
ne-
stuck ho jata
You're never stuck. Yeah. Pune, I haven't been there in a while now. But yeah, Bangalore, Bangalore
Bangalore,
is
yeah.
known for its
changing weather.
static traffic, stationary traffic, whatever oxymoron as it may sound.
But वहाँ पे भी तो comedy scene
Bangalore
है
is a great place too. It's very happening. Lovely cafes.
What about your
lovely-
audience? Pune wali audience, Bangalore wali audience, या Mumbai wali audience? Who are like more interactive?
I think Bombay guys are good.
Where do
they
you
are fearless.
usually, which is your favorite place to go around and like interact with the audience, like Habitat or which all places do you
I
like?
have been doing in a few studios in Andheri. There's Funkar. There is Cat Cafe. So I have been Matchbox co-work.
Correct, yeah.
Then I have performed at the Durangos, Bandra.
Durangos, yeah.
So I have been doing places. I have done a couple of times at the Habitat when I had started. But these are more in my radius, and I'm looking at.
And what are the do you all have like clubs and all? Like, you all meet all the comedians together and interact with each other and find things out of
So these
each other?
these are the venues that I frequent, and so I keep pumping it to them. So every weekend, they have these lineups. So whenever I'm free, I to go and perform. So you kind of try out your new material too. That's how you get to know whether it's working or not working. So you have that thing. So yeah, I keep meeting.
Where do you pick out your materials from?
So I write my own stuff. It's
Yeah.
all slice of life stuff that's happening with me. So I do this whole set of being a mother or parenting humor that I do. Then I do this whole set on marriage because I've got a PhD in that. There's so much material of
PhD in marriage.
yeah, and so these things happen, and of course politics,
Politics.
current
Do you
affairs.
write about politics and all also?
Sometimes I do, but I weave it subtly in my humor, and
You do more live also. That's
do.
why it's safer.
It's safer
to do it in front of.
yeah, like in my introduction, I say that if when my girls came and said, "Mom, please, why are you doing? Why at this age?" And I say, "Come on, if Rahul Baba can do stand up, why not me? We're the same age." So it's not-
Rahul Baba, you're listening.
so if he's a youth, Yuva, I'm
Yeah,
Yuva
yeah.
too. So I'm forever 21, just like him. So
Forever
so,
21, yes,
So
absolutely.
that's how there's nothing that I am out and out political. No, I don't want to do that. So mine is clean humor. That's another thing that family
But look,
audiences.
usually they want more like meat in it, no?
They do
लोगों को
want.
चाहिए.
There are some shows that will give you profile, like certain clubs will say, "Hey, go all out." Especially, I find that these only women's gigs, the only women audience, they say, "Arey yaar, or masala dal, yaar, it's okay, yaar, go the whole hog." But then there is a line that I draw for myself, as a comedian, as my own. Certain things that I do not cross a certain line because it doesn't sound very nice coming.
It doesn't, yeah.
Especially with my age and background, I don't think I need to. You can be funny without being-
adding all those things.
being vulgar or crass. So you leave it at that. You draw that fine line.
Correct. You've also conducted a workshop on stand-up, I believe, like
Yeah.
comedy
So
in
I have-
general. What is if I was your student? What is like first 3 things that you would teach me?
First thing is, I think you should have an innate sense of comedy, right? You need to be aware of what's happening around you. As a comedian, it's very important because stand-up comedy is a lot to do also with topical humor. Like if the elections have happened, no matter which side you lean, you need to come out with a few things. And thirdly, you have to work on your craft. There is a craft, there is an art and craft to stand-up comedy. It's how do you write your joke? How do you craft it? How do you build the story and then come with that punchline?
Correct.
So it's not that you just go up on stage and do that. So you have to have your material in place, and then in between you can have a banter with the audience. But unless and until you have your material, absolutely.
in your hand.
Yeah. So unless you know it backwards, you can't go up and confidently faff on stage.
Correct,
At
yeah.
least not with me. So you got to work on your content. It's an everyday. Each show I tweak my content. Because things change. Things are dynamic. So I can't crack a joke that I'd cracked. COVID jokes are no longer relevant now.
Exactly.
And it was
To be
great
relevant,
fun
yeah.
when COVID was happening. But today I can't say, COVID ke time pe.
It's like how social media also works, because social media pe bhi you have to be like relevant and all. Are you
have
very engaged on social media and all?
Yeah, I'm pretty much engaged on social media. I tweet pretty often. I put something or the other out on Facebook, even on Instagram, and something or the other to keep your,
Page going. So which is like when you initially started comedy and all, did that moment came in when you went completely blank and you didn't know what to do, like मैं सब याद करके आई थी, मैं भूल गई पेपर देखते ही, like that kind of situation?
So the first time, this was in I was doing my first material on marriage. So it was called Shadi.comedy, the show. And these two comics, they were two guys, and they sent me this thing saying, next week we're performing here. It's called Shadi.comedy. And Sunday morning bheja, and I was in full masti mood. I said, two guys are talking Shadi.comedy. Where is the female element? How can the Shadi be a show without women?
Yeah.
So they said, but there is nobody. There's no woman who's. I said, you didn't ask me. Exactly. So I said, how about me? He said, they again asked me, you got content enough for 15-20 minutes? I said, absolutely. I can go on and on about marriage. So they said, oh wow, then please join us. I had written stuff, bindas. But when I landed up there, and I had told all my friends in my circle, my badminton group, everyone that, hey guys, I'm performing this. And the name was so catchy, Shadi.comedy,
Correct.
that all my badminton friends, 20 men, all decided to come for this. And I was for the first time going to talk about, and from a woman's perspective, and some of them were a little, you know, first time I was like, I didn't expect 20. It was like a stag party happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I immediately called up my husband. I said, you're going to be there too,
Yeah.
to bail me out. And I went blank.
Oh my
I went
God.
blank for a second. I said, just give me a moment. I had a sip of water, gathered my thoughts
Yeah.
again. That happened. And another time, I went to Pune for a lady's 50th birthday. She was celebrating. I was invited to perform. And it was a lovely audience, very classy. This woman was an entrepreneur. She was in real estate. Okay. And so she had fabulous friends. One was a police commissioner of Pune. And they were all power women in that room, the front 2 rows. Each
That must have
one,
been
yeah,
very intimidating.
one is was in hotel, somebody was in agriculture. Fabulous, the first 2 rows, and then a whole lot of other people, family, and this lady cuts the birthday cake, and all her friends spoke on the mic and said what a wonderful thing. And then when she got the mic, she started crying, saying, you know, you all know what a tough year I had, and I just got divorced, and you all have been through with me
my
through
God,
thick and thin.
yeah.
She started crying, and she was really upset. And after all that emotional thing, I'm given the mic and says, and coming up next is stand-up comedy by Purnima.
Oh my
I go up
goodness.
on stage. This is very early stages, one of my first few,
Yeah.
I think 5th show or 3rd show, and I was so excited to perform. And I thought they were women around my age, and I had written this whole set on family, on marriage, on parenting, and this woman hated men. She was freshly divorced. Nothing I said made her smile, let alone laugh, and they were all just looking at me like that we hate men, so we don't like any of your
my
jokes.
God.
And I was like, somebody, you know,
Heartbroken.
I hope the stage just opens up and I get one of those really.
I
But
would
the
have
money was
cried on the
good.
stage if
They
I
paid
was
me
you.
well, and I think that was the first and last time. I swore I'm not going to do any private gigs because it is always
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal. And then you have family, and they're more interested in interacting with each other. And as a comic, you're just standing there with the mic, and I don't think
Does comedy
there's no
pay
respect as a
Does comedy pay well?
very well.
Like how I don't want to know the numbers, but
Yes, you can, if you make it in this line, you can very well live off comedy.
oh, because initially जब लोग start करते हैं, I've seen people do gigs for free and all. आपने
Yes,
भी
you
वो किया
have to.
था?
Of
Like
course.
the
Of
four
course,
stand-up
initially,
open mic that you did.
Yeah. Initially, besides open mic, initially for the word to spread, people to know what kind of content you have, and where you're coming from, and is it really funny, and then initially, and then word spreads, and then you gradually start, you know, asking.
So people
for,
come with you with demands कि ओ हमें इसके बारे में सुनना है. We want you to crack jokes about husbands, or we want to crack jokes about married life and all. Do they come with these kind of demands?
No, not specifically like this. They just say, I hope you have enough masala to keep our audience. This is the audience demographics, and this is the profile of the audience, and hope you understand what the audience wants. So,
Acha.
and of course, I have to share with them the reels or a video that I have done in the past.
Like a full
shows.
profile.
A profile, yeah. They would like to know what kind of humor.
Isn't this like giving an interview altogether, like all over again?
Of course.
Every time
Each time you have to pitch,
Pitch
each time.
yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have like people coming in and saying ki how do you, in general, how would you describe your comedy?
My comedy,
Yeah.
it's clean, midlife, slice of life. Very R.K. Lakshman kind of comedy, but with a lot of masala and present day, very women centric.
Yeah.
And I think it's fun.
So if you were watching yourself as an audience, what would you say about you?
Good, clean, fun comedy.
Good, clean, fun comedy. And what about your daughters? What do they say when they, or your your entire family? What do they say when they when you started and you were like on stage? उनका पहला reaction क्या था?
Unka pehla reaction that yeah, I mean it's great, mom, that you're able to do this.
Yeah.
And they've always encouraged me. And
वो लोग आके बताते नहीं कि this joke was not nice. This is nice.
yeah,
So-
like it started. My jokes just. It gets written as and when things happen. Like I say in my set when I introduce how I got into stand-up, I always say that my daughters are pretty critical. And this one said, "Mom, please work on your delivery." No.
Yeah.
So I said, "I've already done. I had your younger sister.
Yeah.
Abhi aur kitna work on the delivery? I'm done and dusted." So if they get critical, I give it back to them.
Yeah.
There is no way. The only way to improve is by doing more and more of it. So I'm pretty thick-skinned. So you have to be very thick-skinned if you're in this, because there are some shows which go off like
Correct.
absolute zinger, and you're on a high. This is an absolute adrenaline high. There are some you're like, okay, same set, same thing. It's not as
Yeah.
you expect it to be, but you got to be very thick-skinned to be in this.
To be on the stage, come on, it's like people have stage fright and all.
Yeah.
I'm sure you, because you are like in general, I think you're an extrovert.
I am an extrovert, but still, it doesn't mean that you just go up on stage and hold the mic. You have to have content.
एक और चीज होती है, I've heard that some of my comic friends, they come to me and they tell me कि life में ना जितना negativity होगा ना उतना stage में अच्छा मजा आएगा while cracking jokes and all. ऐसे जरूरी है क्या?
Of course, it helps. थोड़ा सा sarcasm, थोड़ा सा wit. It helps.
It comes from negativity, I don't know.
Not negativity, but generally.
Like वो होता है ना कि trauma चाहिए life में to crack jokes about कि
trauma तो I have 30 years of marriage. I have so many years of being a mother. और कितना trauma पूरा भड़ास उसमें निकालती हूँ मैं on stage.
So it comes from there only,
of
right?
course,
Stems
of course.
from there.
Yeah. चाहे mother-in-law पे, sister-in-law पे, सब निकालो.
And they don't mind.
They don't even.
Which is your most memorable experience that you have had on stage or off stage? Anything that you can think
So
of?
I recently performed for the Baba Atomic Research Center employees, BARC, some of the most elite scientists in our country, on Women's Day, in fact, just March. I was there, and this person who had invited me said, "How many people have you performed for maximum that you earlier?" I said, "About 300. So she said, "Okay, expect about 500 to 600 here. I'm trying to get more people." And I said, "Okay." And when we walked towards the auditorium, there were 1,000. That auditorium, that auditorium was packed. The BARC auditorium.
Wow.
And there were a couple of other scientists who were going to address ladies, and they turned around and said that they've come because there is comedy. Nobody wants to come and listen to another scientific lecture.
Exactly.
And I was like, they come for me. And then, I started writing my points on my palm so that I don't.
You could remember.
And it was such a zinger of a show, man.
Amazing.
1,000 people reacting to every line that I said. They fed off every line. The energy, the vibe that I got from the audience was fantastic. That I will never forget.
Yeah.
And whatever inhibitions one has, that it doesn't matter whether there are 20 people or whether there are 1,000. Even if 20 people give you that same, they enjoyed the show and they clap, they applaud, they laugh. You can go home and have such good sleep that
Absolutely.
and that's what at
That's
the end
what
of the day
matters. That's you get a good sleep after you make everybody laugh.
And same thing if you have one bad show and then you don't sleep for 3 nights, saying, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
And then you have all these existential crises happening.
Really?
You wonder, like, why am I doing it? I could have just tucked myself and watched Netflix and done stuff, but why do I do this to myself,
I think it keeps you going, no?
Of course.
What is that one message you would like to give all the youngsters that who are pursuing comedy or who would like to get into stand-up or something?
That comedy is there all around you. It's happening all the time. So, and especially in India, and we are surrounded with people, and we have absolutely no dearth of situations where whether we're standing in a line, buying a ticket, whether you're observing people everywhere. So it's amazing. It's amazing. There's so much happening in our lives. We're such social people. You know, we have families, friends, functions, festivals,
There is so
our
much to get
politics.
from.
You see how vibrant.
And people take comedy well.
Of course,
Sure.
yeah, we do take comedy well.
Yeah.
You unless you don't go the extreme. You want attention. You want to be trending on Twitter. फिर ऐसे हरकतें करो to be. But yeah, otherwise, there's enough happening. You don't need to. My notes in my phone is filled with situations where I feel I need to go and refine my content. I'll write more jokes. So as a and you. The thing about comedy is you should go on trying it, go on doing it. Like, the more you do, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give
Absolutely.
up. You have to. All these sound cliched, but that has been, I think, everybody's journey.
Absolutely. What a great note to end this on. Thank you so much for being here. I know you had to come all the way from Andheri to PKC, but I'm so glad you were here.
Thank you so much,
for
Saima.
having a conversation with
Lovely
me. I loved
chatting.
it with you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Comedian Kahi Ke, and I'm going to come back with a lot more comedians and a lot more conversation to you. So stay tuned to Radio City.